Goldens because they're happy. They're one of the most unconditional, loving dogs.
The true friend that will never leave your side.
Goldens they're so forgiving.
They need people. They need people more than any other breed that I've ever been around.
They tend to give back more love than you give them. That's why I think I love them so much.
Doing intake with Neuse River, you see so many different reasons that people have to surrender their dogs to us, but the ones that are hardest for me are the ones that we pull from shelters that have been abused or neglected, and I don't understand that, and what people do to them is just heartbreaking.
Ginny is our first rescue. She came with a really sad story. She didn't have any fur on the back of her, scared to pieces. We knew that we needed to take her into our house because she just had been through so much. She needed to have a little bit of the good life. By now, she probably would not be with us anymore because she had been wandering the streets of Chapel Hill and just kind of fending for herself.
I've been a foster with Neuse River Golden Retriever Rescue for about 3 years. I think that the dog that I have right now, Caroline, I think she's probably one of the sickest dogs I've ever seen. She was so covered in fleas that they had to put a blanket over her to examine her. She was anemic from all the flea bites, and she has little to no hair. Amazingly resilient and very forgiving. Despite what some human has probably done to her, she's very attached to people and loves affection. Each one of the dogs definitely touches my heart in one way or the other, and I am very lucky to be a part of their journey, and I think that they're all very, very, very special. Without Neuse River, I think these dogs would suffer a long time and probably eventually pass away without rescue organizations and without amazing people like the people of Neuse River.
If these dogs had not come into the Neuse River Golden Retriever program, they would be living a life of neglect, abandonment, abuse.
Most of the dogs that we pull from the shelters are on the clock, and it's always an emergency to get them there before they're put down.
I have a special needs foster right now who's been with me for 9 months, and this dog has been through more than I think any dog should have to go through. His name is Jericho. In the middle of his heartworm treatment, started to hemorrhage and was put into the ICU for a while so we could save his life. But to watch him from the day he came in and what he is today is an amazing thing to see. And that's why I love to foster, because I know I'm saving a life, and that's why it means so much. And he's about to get adopted, and to think there are people out there who would take a dog into their home who does have special needs. He will have to be on medication for the rest of his life, but they're willing to do that. That makes me happy to see that he'll find a home.
We've had 15 fosters to date so far. The part we like the most about fostering is that we get to see the final outcome. We find them their happy homes and tearfully say goodbye and wait for the next foster to come in.
I adopted Josh 6.5 years ago. He was 8.5 years old. I was not looking for the 8.5-year-old severely thunderphobic dog. I saw his picture on the Neuse River Golden Retriever Rescue website, and I fell in love with that picture and knew that that was the dog that I wanted to adopt. And I had him for 6.5 wonderful years.
These dogs do hold us together, and they keep a lot of people, happy, and they complete a lot of families.
If you adopt a dog from Neuse River Golden Retriever Rescue, you will get a friend for life. You will get a dog that loves you unconditionally and wants you to love him unconditionally too. And you'll also know that you've helped save a life. And if you can't adopt a dog from us, consider becoming a volunteer or consider helping us raise funds or donating funds so we can save more lives.